Hey guys, so in this video we're gonna see why do we use coco pit and we don't use soil to grow our microgreens. So generally what happens is, a lot of people have this question, I can directly go for the soil to grow my microgreens because that's a proper inert media which millions of people are using to grow crops. Even I had this question first in mind. But we have to understand one small logic here. So the logic is, whenever we eat vegetables or fruits or something, either we process them, we clean them, then we boil them, or we do multiple kind of a processing on them before eating. But when we go for the microgreens, we harvest them and we eat them into the raw format. So one thing we need to be curious about or cautious about is, are there any bacterial or a pathogen growth into our inert media? In soil, the bacteria and pathogens are they're into the large quantities. They actually, that's their home. So whenever I use soil, generally what happens is, in my tray, whenever I have used soil, immediately on next day 2 or day 3, there is a lot of fungus, there is a lot of molds, there is a lot of bacterial growth. I have started seeing all these issues. But when I go with the coco pit, or if I go with the ossis mat or something else, there is no bacterial growth into it. So this is a sterile material compared to the soil. Apart from that, the additional benefit which we get into the coco pit is, generally soil texture is a little hard texture. The coco pit is a coco coir or coco husk. The texture is a very smooth, very light texture. The particle size, granule size is very small. So the seeds, the root of seeds grow very properly and nicely into the coco pit compared to the soil. So they are completely focused on their true leaf stage. They are completely focused on growing into the true leaf stage and get maximum sunlight and get the maximum nutrient into them. So they are not focused much about spreading their roots compared to the soil. In soil, they are much more focused on, in first stage, they are much more focused on expanding their root structure and then developing into the true leaf stage. In coco pit, what I have found is the general growth is much more faster into coco pit compared to the soil. So these are the two basic reasons. The first one is a pathogen and bacterial growth, and second one is a fastest harvest period, the fastest harvest time. That's why I've used coco pit into all my microgreen production, and I suggest you guys to go for the microgreen production. Go for the coco pit or the microgreen production. What if you don't have a microgreen? We'll talk about that. We have used kitchen towels for that purpose. Apart from that, there is other additional media. There is a coco coir mat, then there is a ossis cube mat, there is a hemp mat, there is a rock wool mat. There's a different kind of inert media which you can use to grow your microgreens. So generally stick to any inert media, sterile inert media, instead of sticking it to the soil. Don't go for the general soil to grow your microgreens. Always go for the sterilized inert media. Thank you guys.